So I got to work on the 14th of February, which was Valentine's Day, to meet all the work that had been done by my colleague Tessie. We actually arranged this together, and this was the time I came in. As you can see, I was on red. She had made a dress for her considering her weight loss, and this was the cake that was made as well. And after here, we headed to her room. Yeah, Vivian is being dressed up for the celebration. We did a light makeup for her as well before others joined us. And at this point, Vivian had been with us for about 2 months already. She had a case of fecal fistula, and we have been taking care of her for this long. As you can see, she's so wasted, and we decided to celebrate her on this particular day, considering that she has been bedridden for a long time. And at this point, we're preparing and trying before we invite the other hospital staff to come join in the celebration. So at this point, we're just trying to make things, get things ready, get the room set as much as we can, writing some very touching notes and then pasting on the wall for her as well. So yeah, after this, then the other members of staff, the chapel choir, and others are going to join in, and then we're going to celebrate her. So yes, this was just something we decided to do as nurses of the unit. She had been bedridden for months. We've been taking care of her, but then again, this was just a way of showing her that we care despite all she's going through, despite the pain, despite all the anguish. We did this to show her how much we care for her.
Caring for you for a long time, and we just want you to know that we are not tired. Okay, so you don't have to be sad. We know it's not easy. You've been in this situation for a long time. I want you to know that we are all in this with you, okay? But remembering the fact that all this crowd here, every one of us here love you, want you to continue to keep faith, and God is going to heal you.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you everyone for coming. We are going to snap. Please, where is the secretary? I'm not sure.
Yeah, not the rest.
So at this point, we took photographs with her, and then that's the top management staff of the hospital, and then everyone was just surrounding her. As you can see, she was so emotional at this point. She was surprised, she was overwhelmed seeing that everyone was there. The room was filled, and so many other staff members were outside. So it was a really emotional moment for her. And there were songs being sung, a lot of hymn, that she couldn't really hold her tears. Sorry, I had to mute the songs because of copyright. I had uploaded before and I had copyright claim on them. So this was the period that the songs were being sung, and she was really overwhelmed. And from information, she was a chorister before she came down with the sickness. She actually had a minor just appendicitis, and she was operated upon in a local hospital from where she developed complications. And after that, they had to do other correctional surgeries which did not go well. And since then, she had been having a fecal fistula, fecal matter coming out through the surgical site on her stomach. And this is what why she has been in a facility for some time. She actually at this point have had about 2 surgeries to try to close up the fistula, but every time it is done, it kind of fail. So at this point, we're singing and all that, and as you can see, she was so overwhelmed. She cried a lot at this point. So it's a really emotional moment, and this is like letting her know how much everyone cared about her, how much we're concerned about how she felt. The truth was, 2 weeks, I'm sorry, barely a week after the celebration, Vivian passed. But the consolation we had was the fact that we're able to make her happy. We're able to make her, excited, at least for the in the last days of her life, considering the pain she has gone through for about 3 years already. So this was the moment that everyone was just there for her, the doctors, the nurses, the management staff of the hospital. Everyone was just available. It was a very emotional moment for all of us, and it was indeed a period of joy for her as well, seeing everyone cared for her, seeing everyone understood what she was going through at this point. So the music continued. We sang like Count Your Blessing, name them one by one, and then so many Great is Thy Faithfulness and other hymns that were really touching. And she was overwhelmed. As you can see, the crowd was huge. The room could barely take everyone at this point. And so, yeah, this is it. This is her mom. The mother had been with her all the while as well. And here she is sitting close to her bed at this point.
It is raining because our heart is as dark as charcoal. And Father, you say a prayer of a sinner is an abomination to your sight.
At this point, songs were being sung in between prayers. I had to mute it due to copyright, but this was the period we started praying.
Pray for us sinners, now and the hour of our death.